Hi, this is State Fire Marshal Butch Browning. Let me take the opportunity to give some information as Louisiana prepares for the effects of Hurricane Delta. Right now, if you look at the projections as this storm is off the Yucatan Peninsula, it is projected to become a major hurricane once again. And really, the cone of effective effects of this storm is all of coastal Louisiana. Just this morning, the governor wanted us to encourage all of the citizens and our first responders that you need to fixate on the fact that Louisiana will be affected by this storm, not necessarily the path. The storm is projected to be a major hurricane when it hits the coast of Louisiana and move into Louisiana with significant winds, significant rainfall, and significant surge. A surge that'll actually go over our borders into Texas and Mississippi. With that being in mind, first and foremost, I want the citizens to understand that the Louisiana Fire Service is ready. Already, our local fire chiefs have been managing their resources, being ready to respond to the primary needs once the storm passes. In addition to that, in our Emergency Services 9 and Emergency Services 4, which is Urban Search and Rescue and Firefighting, the state has assembled a response plan very similar that we've done for Hurricane Laura. We have almost 596 urban search and rescue technicians on the ground from our state USAR teams, from EMAC teams that we brought in from our states that we work with, states like California, Oklahoma, Kansas, that are here in Louisiana ready to respond. And of course, our federal partners, we have federal teams. They're being managed by our incident support team, which is a combination of our Louisiana folks, a contingent that we use from the South Carolina Fire Marshal, as well as a federal incident support team that'll be on fully on the ground in the morning. Their job is to basically watch the storm, predict what the needs will be for search and rescue and firefighting, and deploy those resources where needed in the parishes that they'll be needed. Again, we're looking at the whole state and putting together a response plan. In addition to that, we've deployed the fire marshal liaisons across the state to contact local OEP directors, contact fire chiefs, and provide situational awareness back to the state as this storm approaches, as it passes, and as we start discovering what the urgencies are in response. And our liaisons are working very hard in providing that information to make sure that we're ready. But I think there's some important things that the public needs to understand. First off, today's your day to prepare. The predictions right now say that late Thursday night, early Friday morning, we start seeing the effects on coastal Louisiana of the storm. So really today is your day to prepare. Tomorrow should be a wrap-up day. What I will tell you is, number one, if you haven't visited GOSEP's website in preparedness, getagameplan.org, you should go there. You'll find a tremendous amount of information on what you need to sustain your personal belongings, sustain your personal family, to be prepared to go through a storm. Secondly, I would caution anyone that lives in lightweight construction. This could be older homes. This could be manufactured homes. I mean, if you feel like that you're not safe in that home, we encourage you to go to a more resilient and a hardened structure. Contact your local authorities for advice on that. But typically, if you're going to sustain tropical force winds, it's of a concern, lightweight construction. And we encourage you to have a plan B if you feel like you're going to be affected by those type of winds. One of the other important things that we have to bring up is generator safety. You know, in Hurricane Laura, we had a significant amount of deaths that occurred after the event. People lost power. They started using portable generators, and the danger of carbon monoxide gas exists. So we want to start messaging now that if you do own a generator, or if you anticipate using a generator, it's some very simple rules. Number one, you never want that generator inside your home. It needs to be outside, 20 feet away, not even in the garage that's attached to your home or the overhang. because those fumes can leak into to windows and doors and the cracks of those openings. That carbon monoxide gas is odorless. You can't see it, and you breathe it in. It puts you into a deep sleep. And if you're already sleeping, it can actually cause you to die even sooner. So it's very, very important that you don't do that. We recommend, if you are going to use a generator, that you have a carbon monoxide detector in your home to detect those gases. Because it's outside, because it's far away from your home, the extension cords that you use need to be rated for outdoor use. You don't need to overload those. And finally, refueling the generator is a danger. We saw some fires post Hurricane Laura from people who run a generator for day in and day out. When they have to turn it off to refuel it, they need to give it a cool down period of like maybe 15 minutes. But please take these warnings very seriously, because the last thing that we need is if we do feel these terrible effects of the storm, is to have residual injuries and maybe even deaths and fires occur because of generator safety. But we're going to try and keep the public updated. Your best line of information is your local parish and your local jurisdictions. Your local emergency managers are connected with the Governor's Office of Homeland Security, where we're pushing out information that's specific to that parish, because it's kind of a moving target depending on where the storm goes. We all need to prepare for the worst in all 64 Louisiana parishes, but as it gets down to actual approach in Louisiana, there'll be specific information as to how you need to respond and what you need to do to keep your family safe. Again, please visit getagameplan.org for the latest information on what you need to do to prepare for this storm. May God bless you. May God bless the state of Louisiana, and we will get through this.